Peace, it's Natia Sisia, and I wanted to talk about why you might want to consider going vegan. Because when I ask people why they're going vegan, or what are some of the benefits that they um, think going vegan for Black people are, a lot of people say that health is the obvious. That's obvious. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't like just stating the obvious, right? I feel that as enlightened conscious beings that we should constantly be evolving our meanings in life, and applying that into um, into the world as a society, into the society and the world and the culture and the life that we want to create and we want to impart on the world to also live by. So to me, health is a given. Obviously, food is something that you're eating, it's your diet. It should make you healthier. Otherwise, we wouldn't need to change our diet. Um, Also, as Black people, as conscious, enlightened beings, I feel like, there we as we evolve our um, our understanding of the things that we do that are supposed to make us better people, or bring us closer to that awareness and that crystal consciousness, or just a more enlightened state of being. That what we do also has political implications, spiritual implications, and metaphysical ones, of course. And so when we are thinking about why we want to go vegan, or why we want to, eat better, why we want to change our diets, we have to understand that, because I feel that some people overlook these things. And that is why a lot of the times when people do make these changes that are supposed to be for the better, they end up looking on other people who haven't made these changes, and they feel the need to criticize them or to ridicule them for not making the same changes that they have made, right? So again, it's obvious to go vegan for health reasons, but think about other aspects. um, we're living in a time where it's like everything you do is under scrutiny by outside forces, by your family. You might doubt yourself. There's media campaigns, there's propaganda, there's all type of um, avenues and agencies, and just other aspects that are trying to limit um, your free will being and your growth and your divinity. If you go to the grocery stores, they don't offer every type of food and fruit and vegetable. They have one type of pepper that they give you, or a selection of three type of peppers, and they don't ever deviate. They have a selection of two or three type of tomatoes, and they don't ever deviate. You never see the orange or the yellow or the purple tomato. And if you do, is you're barely starting to see that. There's a whole bunch of other type of varieties of foods, but we're all being controlled to a degree into eating a certain thing. And the food you eat is so important to um, your genetic growth, um, and diversity. So if we're all eating the same things, when you go to the grocery store, that should tell you that we're under a program to all, uh, again, continue to think alike, in a way that can be managed by whoever. And I mean, that's kind of out there, conspiracy theory-ish, but it's just so much more deeper than just I'm just eating to be healthy, right? Because there's so many reasons to for one, that have prevented you from eating healthy in the first place, and you have to look at why. So there's, again, a lot of political, and other socio-economical reasons for why it is that um, we've been eating the way we have been eating, and that you might want to also look into. So, again, there's so many other reasons, not just health. I want people to start thinking outside of the box. Health is like, that's the stamp of approval. If somebody asks you why you're going vegan, or why you're trying to eat healthier, um, you know, Some people might want to eat healthier for beauty reasons, to have clearer skin, um, hygienic reasons, have fresher breath. Um, you know, some people are eating vegan, um, to save animals. Um, and like that's another thing. If you're eating vegan, if you're just going vegan just to save animals, um, and this is a good example. If you're just eating vegan to be healthier and to save animals, um, that could easily um, cause you to change later down the path if you just stay on this one path of veganism, right? If you're just not eating meat to save the animals, one day you might wake up and decide, you know what, I don't really feel that connection with these animals so much, because I'm still, nothing else about my life has changed. You might still be going to work at the same job you've been going to forever. You might still be watching TV shows that you've been watching or that they're coming out with, that are keeping your mind in a program state. You might still be wearing the same type of clothes, hanging around the same type of people. Nothing else in your life might have changed except for the fact that you feel as though you don't want to kill an animal in order to feed yourself, right? But what happens when um, you know you just still, you've never come in connection with a cow, a chicken, or any of these animals that you used to eat, and you still haven't come into connection with them 5-10 years down the road, and you've never had a real deep connection to these animals in the first place. So later on you might just relapse, because you've never developed any connection outside of just eating a little bit healthier, because maybe you've been the media has fell to somewhat degree victim to the consciousness of the people collectively that do want to eat better. So they have to change too. So you might just be eating healthier by default of other people's true desire and need, to want to eat healthier, better society, and have a whole bunch of other reasons for eating healthier. So that media, or the fact that other institutions like food and health organizations or whatever have to kind of cater to a growing number of people that want to eat better, you might have been exposed to that. So you might not really be trying to eat healthier for the reasons that other people are eating healthier that are causing these institutions to change, right? And I really hope y'all can follow me with this. But so the fact that you're just eating healthier by default of what's available in the stores, and that there is a better selection, later on down the road, you might just be like, well, you know what? I'm spending all this money on all this organic food and trying to eat healthier, or um, what is a cow to me? I haven't eaten a cow, or I haven't eaten beef, pork, or any of these animals in 5, 10, 15 years. It won't hurt for me to eat one now, or to go back to the diet that I used to have. So you can see how if you just kind of stay on one certain path when it comes to eating vegan, how your reason for eating vegan might not be so applicable later on down the road if you're not continuing to grow and evolve, right? If you're just eating healthier for beautiful skin and you know reasons like that, which is very aesthetic, very vain in some instances, um, you're not really developing that deeper connection with the food that you're eating necessarily, right? um, if you're just eating vegan for better libido, better sexual prowess in the bedroom, um, you know, you might wanna really one day just um, forget about. You might, what if you don't have anybody in the bedroom? What if the person that you were with, that you were eating healthy with, decides to leave you, or you all separate? Um, you know, you might you might go into a state of depression or something, and leave and stop eating that food, because hey, if your reason for eating healthier food is to have better sex, and you're no longer having sex right now, I mean, you could see how you could just backslide into eating meat back again. So we have to kind of evolve our consciousness for eating better. Um, and really try to harness all the benefits of these new fruits and vegetables and foods and natural plants and herbs that you're eating, um, and kind of be able have yourself in a state of mind where you can actually see this. And you might have to meditate, you might have to do some other things for that. I think you really have to have a type of cultural, political type of angle or background or focus in order for you to continue to grow and evolve into your diet. And with that said, um, a lot of things that we do that we think we're just doing because it's the modern era, to homeschool, to have our own business, and to eat better. A lot of these things have very vast political ramifications for the government and the system that you're living in. So by default, a lot of what you're doing falls into the realm of revolution and of pretty much overthrowing the government and so forth. Because the foods that we're eating are very like the system is very connected. The educational system, the banking system, the food, the health, the advertisement, the media that we're being told, the entertainment, as Francis Chris Wilson said, all these things are very interconnected when you're looking at white supremacy, which is what that is, right? So if you're going vegan, especially if you're black, you should already be on a path to preparing yourself to use the foods that you eat as a revolutionary tool. And with that, you won't just necessarily be like, okay, well, today I'm going to eat a steak, tomorrow I'm going to eat bacon, and I'll eat vegan three days a week. You know, we can't be so ignorant once we know better. And I don't think a lot of people know. I think that's why a lot of people stay in the box of just being a vegan. If you check them out, their whole life is just about them being vegan. Well, what about everything else? Our people are dying. Um, People's lands are being taken from them. There's earth um, catastrophes that are plaguing people's countries, and people are being displaced. Um, we're dealing with so-called immigration and all these things where people are trying to live and trying to seek a better life for them and their family, and to just be focused on whether you're going to eat an organic apple or a regular GMO apple is kind of shallow, um, and not very broad in a global perspective of what's going on. When we eat, we should it should be something that really sustains us to create a better world, right? To create a better life for those who can't necessarily have that. And we should be using this energy, this wonderful, this great, vast amount of energy that we're getting to create a better world, to create a better life, right? Um, and not just be catering to our own selfish, vain desires of I just want better skin, I want to have better sex, or um, just things like that. Like when you just come into that, that's fine. That's probably going to come natural with a lot of people. But as you evolve, you should be able to start to see how your diet can be used as a political tool or social tool, even just for better um, communication with people, better reception of the information that people are giving you, and how to use that, right? And use that energy to manifest a better world, especially for us Black people that we want to live in and that we want to share with others. Um, so think about that for a minute. Think about why you really are becoming vegan. Hit me up in the comments section. Join my email list. The link is there. Peace.